wouldn't mind knocking out Gervonta Davis, and I know people are gonna go, "Oh, you want to be Connor." I'm telling you, that fight is gonna happen.
What's good, boxing family? BFB back in the building. Oh man, let's talk about it. Another great call out, another crossover fight, could be a mega fight on the lines of obviously McGregor and Mayweather. I guess we'll get a hint on whether this fight is plausible. I think we have to wait for the numbers from the Ngannou Fury contest coming up here shortly, and that'll tell you whether this one is something that they, the powers that be will really jump on. Because if you look at history's sake, the crossover fights have been more celebrity type of matches and just not very let's say competitive. So when you getting closer, to be honest, Conor McGregor was kind of competitive in that fight. You think Floyd being an older guy, he let him do a little bit, and Floyd, opened up when he was supposed to. So Floyd fought that more strategically than, let's say, a real skill contest. So that one was maybe not on the caliber of this one. Both these guys are still young in their prospective careers. So I mean, styles make fights. You got a striker coming from the UFC going up against a power puncher in Davis. I mean, this could be very interesting. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big fan of these crossover fights, but when you have the styles that match up well, you know what I mean? I wasn't a big fan of the McGregor Floyd situation because McGregor definitely was the bigger guy just on the natural walking around. They kind of fought at the same weight, but just naturally McGregor was just a bigger guy. And he had been known to have done some things behind the scenes that maybe wouldn't have been allowed in boxing, but I don't want to get too deep into that. That was just that kind of talk going on the same way with the Pacquiao situation and the testing and things like that. So that's just maybe what happens when you fight Floyd. But with these guys, that hasn't been such a topic, and this is more definitely natural skills and where each other is at in their careers in their abilities. I like the fight, man. I'm not gonna lie. The dude, the young boy O'Malley, lean, strong. Fights at the same weight class, around 135. They just call it a different weight class in that MMA side of the game. But I like the fight, man. Styles make fights. You got power. You got a dude that's decent mover and whatnot in O'Malley, strong puncher, got a lot of KOs under his record in his own right. So, I mean, mega fight, bro. I mean, Tank is a pay-per-view darling, so you can't you getting to look at the guys in front of you right now. So looking at these guys, none of them will give us that mega fight, that big pay-per-view that's probably worth $150 if you could really fill it out right with supporting bouts on it. But looking at the landscape right now, as far as actual boxers, the names are decent names. I mean, that's a great names to add to Tank's resume, but one of the guys for surely not going to happen because it's a cross the street fight, and that's your core Stevenson. So let's just take that off the slate right now. You got Isaac Cruz gave a great fight in the first one, lost a close fight to me. But I'm not clamoring for that one again. I don't think Cruz is adjusted his punching accuracy, and Devontae Davis shouldn't have lost that much defensively to make that one, more of a fight that we begging for. Now take George Kambosos. You got a dude that's coming off 2 losses to Haney. You know what I mean? Got a close victory in his last fight. Not really clamoring for that one. Now let's look at Frank Martin. I mean, Frank didn't look that good in his last victory. So none of those fights are jumping off the stage as like pay-per-view type of contests. And when you get challenged from across the street and this guy just become a champion and he's the new kid on the block, and what I mean, I think this is a fight that should happen for boxing, should happen for both these young combatants. And I'm pulling for it, man. I'm not gonna lie. I know that's weird coming from me because I'm a pugilist, but you know what I mean? We gotta have some of these sort of big events from time to time. Y'all tell me what y'all think in that comment section. As always, hit that like, subscribe, and I appreciate the